The next chef to grace our stage really needs no introduction at all. He is, of course, the man we have all been waiting for, Chef Raphael Duntoye. Welcome into the stage. Hello, Chef.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be back here. I mean, it's always a good treat to come home. And it's a pleasure to see you all, and thank you all for coming out to support me. I hope I'll make sure that your valuable time is not wasted. Today, by the way, you might notice that today I have Nee and I have Juliet with me. Unfortunately, Philippo could not make it, so please go easy on me, okay? Today's class is all about simplicity. Most of the time when I'm at the restaurant, people ask me, what is the secret to your cooking? And for me, it's all about the dressing and the sauce. So today, I won't be doing that much cooking, but I'll be teaching you how to make very simple sauce. Okay? So today, we'll be doing mustard dressing with corn and pomegranate. We have a steak with a miso and ginger sauce. We have a fried broccoli with a tomato sauce. We have 2 kinds of pastas. And we have also a grilled corn with a butter marinade. And the rest we just go as let me see how much time I have and see how much we can make. So first of all, I would start with the cherry sauce. The cherry will be served with some pancake crepes. So what we do, usually it's easy to find canned cherries in the store with syrup. So that's what I'm using today. I have drained it and kept some of the liquid aside. I'm going to add it into this pan, which has sugar, some spices, lemon zest, orange zest, and also some wine. Where do you have the wine? Oh, thank you very much. So in the meantime, we'll leave this to cook and reduce, and also take away some of the alcohol. At the same time, I'm going to start the tomato sauce, which is for the fried broccoli tempura. So the first thing I do is I make a caramel. And after it's gone nice and golden, I'm going to add some vinegar into that. And at the same time, I'm going to start in a different pan. I'll sweat some shallots and some cherry tomatoes. Good. Some oil in the pan. Shallots. So the idea is to make this translucent. After it's translucent, we add some salt, the cherry tomatoes, some salt with some spice in it already. And the idea is to bring everything together and bliss it, and that will be sauce for the broccoli tempura.
Sorry, so in that wine, what else? You have some other...
No, I have some spices in there. So
okay.
basically, you got some peppercorn, you got some anise, you got some cardamom, you got some clove, you got some black peppercorn, and you got the rind of the orange and also lemon as well.
Awesome.
So the idea behind this is just like malt wine. And this is going back to when I first started cooking. Even before I actually went to chef school or anything like that, when I decided I wanted to cook, I got myself a small stove at home, and I played with a lot of stuff. And one of the first things I came up with was to make a pancake with cherry sauce, because I love cherries. And also, being a student, I didn't have that much money.
Of course.
And I couldn't afford to go on so many dates. So what I'd rather do is actually cook for people at home.
I'm sure that worked as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to take any questions at this point?
Oh, please, go ahead.
Do we have any questions for Chef at the moment? I know we're still quite early, but anyone wondering about any of the ingredients that he has mentioned at all?
So now the shallot is becoming nice and translucent. At this stage, I'll bring in the cherry tomatoes and add my salt and paprika.
So we have one question at the front from a young lady. Do you want to go?
Yes. So you said that you had
Do you have a link for this?
a
Do you want to move the
caramel.
mic closer to your mouth so we can hear?
You made a caramel and added vinegar. What type of vinegar was that?
It's a cherry vinegar. So this is actually what we call gastric. When we put sugar and vinegar together, it's called a gastric. So what I'm doing is a gastric base. Next question.
I think they're all still mesmerized by the cooking so far, so no questions just yet.
So this is where you got to be careful because you don't want this to burn. So you want a nice and golden color. I don't know if you can see that now, and that's ready. And at this point, I'll introduce my sherry vinegar. And the most important thing about when you're cooking with vinegar as well is that in order to stop it from being pungent, the best thing is to actually reduce it. So whenever I'm cooking with vinegar, the idea is to have the sharpness without it being pungent and tart. Yeah, put the lid on that. Thank you very much.
So you reduce the vinegar to which point? Like, how do you know?
Maybe
when
half
to-
of it.
Okay.
Half of it. Yeah. But I got to stay with it because at this point it's very, there's a fine line between,
Burns.
yeah. I try not to use my spoon to stir it. And just, you need to be very patient with it. Nee, you know what? Come keep an eye on this while I do something else, okay? Yeah, thank you very much. So just keep an eye. So while we're doing that, the other thing we need to do today is I'm going to do a pasta two ways. One thing I've noticed when I come to Lagos is that there's a lot of peanuts everywhere. And I thought, why don't we do our own version of pesto? So today, I went to the market and I found myself some curry leaf. And it's the closest thing I've found to basil. So today we have curry leaf, peanuts, some Parmesan cheese we cannot do without because that's the only way you can make pesto. And so these are the three main ingredients we're going to use for this pesto. Let's get the... Can I bring it over there? Can we plug it over there? No, cannot? The cable is not long. What about if let me see, hold on, let's try. Is it? Let's turn it this way. There's always a way. Voila. Okay, to make the pesto, we need the curry leaf. Is it curry leaf? I think it's called curry leaf, yeah.
So you said you usually use basil for that.
Basil,
so
I usually use basil for that. But in this case,
I can smell the vinegar from here. It actually smells really nice.
sorry?
The vinegar.
Yes.
The fumes from the vinegar.
Yes. So at this point, we're there. All we now wait for is to wait for the tomatoes to cook. It's very important the tomato breaks down nicely, because if it doesn't, when you come to blitz it, you don't maximize your, the quantity you get. Okay, Nee, let's move this out of the way. Okay. Get back to, where's the olive oil? Where's the olive oil? Okay, oh, olive oil. Where's it? The bottled one, the bottled olive oil, the bottled olive oil. It's okay. Questions?
Questions at this point from the audience? Any questions so far about the vinegar or the tomato? Okay, there's one at the back there. There's two at the back, actually.
Hi. Are the peanuts in your pesto, are they toasted and are they salted or non-salted?
No, they're toasted but not salted.
All right, thank you.
But the good thing is that when you buy them in the market, they're already toasted, so you save yourself a lot of time.
Also, is there garlic going in your pesto?
Is that what, sorry?
Garlic going
Yes,
in your
of
pesto?
course. You cannot do without garlic.
All right, thank you.
Garlic, salt. It's too late. You got the garlic.
There was another question. Any other questions at this point? Okay, there's a gentleman there.
Hi, Chef Raphael.
Hi.
Is that a food processor or something?
Yes, actually, this is something I can never do without in the kitchen, is a Thermomix. You can actually cook in this. And actually, you know, you wouldn't know, but I'm actually weighing it. And actually, it actually weighs for you as well. So it's a good gadget to have in the kitchen.
The other question, please?
Good afternoon, Chef Raphael.
Hello, hi.
Okay, I'm curious. Could you please tell us the role that the French cuisine has been playing, has played in the modern contemporary cuisines?
Could you
that we
speak a bit
have?
louder? Sorry.
Now, the question is, could you explain to us or tell us the role that French cuisine has played in modern contemporary cuisine?
Actually, that's a good question. You know, I believe that when it comes to technique and everything, you cannot beat the French. However, I think it's a base for a lot of cuisine as well. It can be actually implemented in a lot of cuisine. When I cook Nigeria, actually, I use my French method as well in order to enhance the flavor, to keep it nice and fresh. So it's played a lot. I mean, but also, I'm a mixture of everything. You know, I always believe that my method is more French, and the ideology of my cooking is Japanese, because I like everything to be light and fresh. You know, so there's a lot you can learn from French cuisine. You know, whether it be making sauces and everything. Nobody beats the French when it comes to that. But the idea is to make it simple and not complicated. Nowadays, more and more people want to deconstruct and reconstruct and all that stuff. But I love simplicity.
Okay, and then secondly, what are the things you put into consideration while putting a menu together?
Say that again.
What are the things you put into consideration while putting a menu together, while writing a menu or recipe?
You know, for me, it's got to be simple. Very simple. I want my customers to think they can make this at home, because then they come to eat it every time. You know, and also, I always believe that food has got to be feminine, because where women go, men will follow. So it's all about not being heavy, light, fresh. And that's why it's mostly difficult to work in a kitchen like mine, because most of our prep is done daily, every day. And also, what can I, when I design a dish, I always think about consistency. I never put anything on the menu that I feel that if I'm aware of something like that will not be consistent. I hope that answers your question. Thank you. Sorry, 1 minute. Thank you. Good. Thank you. That's it. Fantastic.
Okay, Chef,
ideas.
I've got a quick question. So you mentioned, of course, the need for simplicity when it comes to cooking and food. So Nigerian cuisine in particular isn't always so simple in terms of how we put our foods together. So are there ways in which Nigerian cuisine could adapt to that, the simplicity?
Oh, certainly. Actually, I think Nigerian cuisine is actually simple. I mean, from what I think, our stew, apart from the fact that we triple cook the meat, I think what I feel is that I believe that you can make it much fresher. It's about the produce you use. It's getting the right produce, the right tomatoes. I had a conversation yesterday with a dear friend about how I make my stew, and she couldn't believe that I don't use any Maggi in my cooking. And I said, it's funny what you can achieve without having to use Maggi. It's much fresher,
Maybe we should try that one. So you're blending the ingredients with
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
the pesto.
Smell that. So this is a pesto. We're using curry leaf. I want you to taste and tell me what you think.
Okay.
But first, let me taste it to make sure it's right. I'm happy with that. Like that? Good. Okay, we'll save this later on for the pasta. Juliet, can you move this on a different container? Okay. Thank you. Okay. One thing
There's
I'm very
garlic
excited
in there,
to do.
right?
Sorry?
Garlic, you put
Garlic, yeah, the garlic is
Very
in there.
tasty.
One thing I'm excited to do today is what I call the superpower salad. This is where you have two amazing products. You have corn and you have pomegranate. And the beautiful thing about these two produce is that it's got everything you need. It fights against chronic disease, inflammation, helps weight loss, skin, memory. It's the most amazing two ingredients you can use in making a salad. So today I'm going to make a pomegranate and corn salad with herbs and a mustard dressing. So to do the mustard dressing, we'll start doing the mustard dressing first.
Any questions at this point?
Where's the stuff for the mustard dressing? The mustard dressing.
Oh, it's over there.
Oh, thank you. Okay, fine.
Good day, Chef.
Can you speak louder, please?
Sorry, I have two questions.
Sorry?
I have two questions.
Please.
The tomatoes you used, you're using cherry tomatoes.
I really can't hear you, please.
Can you
The
move the
tomatoes
mic
you are
closer to your mouth?
Sorry, the tomatoes you are using, you said you're using cherry tomatoes.
Yes.
Why can we not use our normal tomatoes? And then secondly, please, can you help us with your recipe of stew you said you make without bouillon, cubes, Maggi
Okay.
cubes? Thank you.
I'd like to tell you about that, but unfortunately, because of my time limit, I will not be able to discuss that to you. But on the other hand, the question about why do I use cherry tomatoes, I can tell you why. Because they're sweeter. It's about flavors. It's about getting the right produce. And I feel that for this recipe, the cherry tomato was better. Absolutely.
There's a question at the back over there.
Okay, in the meantime, I have to make the mustard dressing. It's very easy. It's just Dijon mustard, in the bowl. Pommes mustard. Some lemon juice. Honey. How's it going over there? Good? Thank you. And mellow vinegar. This is so simple. And at this point, what I just need to do is whisk in, the salt. Have a pinch of salt. Nee, could you put the pasta on? The pasta? There you go. There you go. Yeah. So al dente, and we'll put it on the side. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All I just need now is to add the olive oil into the dressing. Gently, so it does not split. Any more questions?
Yes, there's one at the back, please.
Good afternoon, Chef. Please, I would like to ask, how can we prevent overcooking and undercooking of a particular food? Like, for example, water boil at 100 degrees Celsius. So does any food have a particular heat that has to be applied to it?
It all depends on what you're doing. You know, you have what you call slow cooking, for example. I'm doing a chicken Caesar salad today. And we already know that the chicken here is quite a strong head when it comes to cooking and the toughness of the chicken. So, for example, with that chicken, I'll slowly cook it. And there's some things that you need to cook fast, some things you need to cook slow. But mostly it's about paying attention to what you're doing. So, with everything, you need a temperature. If I'm cooking, for example, like I'm doing duck legs or the chicken we're going to have today with the Caesar salad, I cooked it about 90 degrees for about almost 4 hours in order for it to have a nice texture. Okay, now this is the mustard dressing for the corn salad.
And I noticed that you put 2 different types of mustards in there.
Sorry?
I noticed that you put 2
I
different
did
types
too.
of mustards.
Yes.
Why was that?
Well, the primary is actually to choose a pommes mustard, use the grain mustard. But because it does not help, in order to hold everything together, I use the Dijon mustard. Yeah. You know, it acts like almost being like, instead of having the egg yolk or something like that, it replaces the egg yolk, and that's why I use that, because it's much smoother. Yeah. So that's ready, and what I'm going to do is chill it. But in order to speed up the class, I have one I've already made already. So we're going to make our first salad. And this is one of my favorite salads because I said, you know, it's got so much health benefits that I recommend that after today, you should do the salad too. So what we're going to do is like 2 to 1. So what have I done with this corn? Because of time limit, I had to actually grill this corn. And it's just grilled. And actually, I used a knife to shave up all the corn from the cob. Okay. And I'm going to add some pomegranate. Is this something you can find? I saw it in the store, like delis and everything. So are people more familiar with using pomegranate or no?
Is pomegranate popular here? I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No, it's okay.
But
believe me, if you've never had pomegranate, you try it. It's good. It's very healthy. And you know what's amazing about these 2 products is that usually when things taste a bit maybe bitter, it tastes it's good for you. But what's good about it is that it tastes good and it's still very good for you. You know, so I'm going to make those spring onions, some mixed herbs, which is parsley, coriander, mint, some dill.
There's lots of herbs that are going into this.
Can I get a bigger bowl? because quite a lot in here.
What was that last one you just put
Oh,
in?
it's still the same thing. It's just
Okay.
that because of the, yeah. And some chives. It's almost getting there, almost getting there. A bit of salt.
Any
Pepper.
questions about the salad so far? Sorry. Any questions about the salad at all at this point?
Okay. I got it already. Sorry. No, please. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, sure.
Pleasure. Absolutely.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I actually wanted to ask about this dressing. Wait, why would you add honey and lemon juice to the dressing?
Because it brings acidity. Sorry, why will I add what again? Sorry?
Honey and lemon juice.
Honey and lemon juice to the
Oh,
dressing.
absolutely, because I like sweet and sour. Who doesn't like sweet and sour? I love sweet and sour. And I believe it brings a nice sweet and sour flavor to the dressing. Do you have another question, or did I answer your... Okay, thank you. Someone asking a question?
No. Is there someone else at this point?
Come on, guys, help me out here. I'm dying on stage here. Come on.
Okay, so what? So you're doing 9 dishes today, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm trying to do 9
you're
dishes.
trying to do 9. So we're on the. This is still for the same dish. It's just different elements of the dish. Is that correct?
It's different elements for different dish, actually.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So we're doing good. We're doing good. Any questions at any point, guys? Just let us know. Thank you. I think they're just
So now
all
I've
really
just added a
eager to
bit
see
of
the
the mustard dressing to the salad. You know, the other thing I wanted to say about the salad is I call them, as you know, I said, this product's actually what I call superpower. And it's always nice for a change that you have 2 superpowers that actually agree, and have better benefits for your body, And also, the amazing thing about this is that when you have orange, you have yellow and red together, it's orange. So, and I believe there's a lot of orange around. I believe GT logo color is also orange. So, this is a GTB salad. Okay, I think we're there now. I'm sure you guys are. Yep, you guys to go. Do me a favor, Wally, could you dish this out to? Yeah? Oh, why? Should let her taste it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you like it? Okay. So can we dish this out to the guests, please? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. For the pasta, I'm going to make a pasta sauce with aubergine. What I love about this sauce is the transformation and the journey you go through making this sauce. So, unfortunately, I've had to do this beforehand, and what I have here is tattaché with cherry tomatoes, garlic, and just seasoning of salt. I cook it and I blitz it together. So for the next stage, what I'll do, I'm going to add aubergine to it. But before that, I'm going to actually season the aubergine for about 2 minutes or so and fry the aubergine.
So you've seasoned that with salt. It's just
Yeah.
salt, right?
What I like to do is I like to let it sit down there, and what happens is the salt goes nicely into the aubergine. And I think you call this eggplant here.
I'm not sure.
Yes or no? Sorry? Thank you very much. Yeah, I need another big pan. Give me another pan, frying pan. Okay. Okay, while that is working,
Yep.
we'll move on to another dish. Juliet, do you have the Thermomix ready for me? It's cleaned? Mix. I need it again. Okay, we're going to do another dressing. This time, it's a peanut dressing. And we're going to serve this with sugar snap. It's a nice snack. Thank you. Please, questions, please. And also I start getting nervous.
Do you have a question at this point?
So basically, I've just put the peanuts into the Thermomix, and also it's toasted as well. Some GTB water for better flavor. Do we have the tahine? Yeah. A bit of tahine. And the good thing about this is that just in case you don't have the time to actually blend all this stuff together, you can get peanut butter. You can use peanut butter. It works as well. Okay, Nee, what we should do now is that let's take that off. And at this point, we add the cherries. Take this away, and we'll cool it down, okay? Yeah, thank you.
So you've added the cherries to the vinegar. Is that correct?
No,
Sorry.
what I've done is I've added the cherries into the reduction of the red wine and the syrup juice from the cherries as well with the spice and everything.
Wonderful.
So we need to chill this down. Nee, put this in a bowl and let's put it in the fridge. Thank you very much. What's that one? Once you've done that, could you keep an eye on your, I want you to keep an eye on the aubergine for me. Okay, so vinegar,
Yeah.
salt.
So it's evident in the kitchen that there's lots of running around.
Yeah.
And it's all about timing as well, right?
Always, always. It's
all
very
about
important.
timing. So how do you ensure that you keep on top of things at the right time? There's so much going on.
Planning and thinking ahead. So now I'm going to add a bit of tahine just to bring everything together nicely. Just a touch of tahine. Do we know what tahine is?
No, I don't.
No? So basically, this is just sesame seed. This is toasted sesame seed with oil, blitzed together, so it's a paste.
Okay.
And if you,
Tahini.
it's popular in the Mediterranean cuisine and also in the Arabic cuisine as well.
So they can see what it is. Thank you.
Our crowd is very quiet, though.
Yeah, I know.
Not a problem. Yeah, focus on what I'm doing. But that's a good thing. So, some demerara sugar. Again, vinegar. I love vinegar. Because what I love about vinegar as well, it brings a kick to everything you do. No, just a kick, not a heat. Yeah.
So you're frying the aubergine, right?
Yeah. And actually, this will change the brings another dimension to the tomato dressing we're going to use for the pasta. What's that? Oh, you went too much. Bring everything together. Bring it together. Bring everything together. So take this in here. Put this one in there. Okay. Okay. So how's the corn salad? How's the corn salad? I want to know how the corn salad is. Did they like the corn salad? The pomegranates and corn salad, did they like it?
Yes. Can we speak to those who have tasted? Just so we can hear your thoughts on the pomegranate and corn salad. Go ahead, Mark.
It's actually very nice. I was a bit skeptical first. It's very nice. But do we get to get
Sorry?
the menu? The recipe?
Okay, she said that it was very nice. She was a
Yeah.
bit skeptical at first, but
Yeah.
she loves it and she wants to know whether she can get the recipe.
You know what? I always say that I don't really think there's that much of a recipe to it. For me, I think it's an idea and personality. So when I cook, it's having an idea
Yeah.
and personality, but not too much personality. Just enough. But I'm happy to put a recipe together for you if you want one.
It was very nice. What I liked about it particularly was the mix of color as well as the mix of texture. You know, the corn and the pomegranate was very crunchy. And then, of course, the other herbs and so on. So it was just that color and texture particularly was nice.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Any other comments about the salad? We've got a young lady here who may have a few words about it.
It's delicious.
Perfect.
It's delicious. You've got a fan over here.
Where's
Wonderful. Thank you.
Where's the zester?
Okay, so I'm sure the audience are looking forward to more food to taste.
Absolutely.
Any questions at this point, guys? So we've got recipes coming. There's a question at the back, just over there, please.
So now I'm going to add a bit of orange to the peanut dressing, just to make it nice and fresh, and just put another dimension to the dressing.
Hi, Chef.
Hello.
Sorry, I want to ask, what kind of vinegar did you have? Is it apple cider, plain?
It's a mellow vinegar, so it's actually red wine,
All right, thanks.
but it's a type of red wine. So that's why they call it a mellow vinegar.
Any other questions? There's one at the back, just there. Okay.
Hello, chef.
Hello, how you doing?
All right, I tasted this salad, the corn salad, and it was amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, the question is, normally when you toast corn, it gets hard.
Yeah.
But this one is, the texture is soft and melts in your mouth. I want to know how.
That's
how
a
you
very
do
good
that.
question.
Yes, sir.
You know, there's a variety of corns, and the corn we're using is called a sweet corn. You know, you can get that also at maybe like, what's the name of the shop we went today? The big shop I said I liked very much. The shop I liked very much. Delis. And they have it on the store and says local sweet corn. So you can find it there. They'll be more expensive, but you never have to cook it. You never have to do anything like that. You put this and blitz it. You need to add a bit of water because you made it dry too much dry, okay?
Any more questions? I noticed there was someone at the back that had a question. Let me go.
You made it too dry. You made it too dry.
Hi, I'm Chef Jonas. Please, I want to ask, is it advisable to put something hot in the freezer or fridge?
Did we put something hot in the fridge?
The cherries.
Ideally not, but you know what? Because we want to get this ready on time, we have to put it in the fridge to cool it down as soon as possible. Normally what I have in my kitchen is what you call a blast chiller. And the purpose of this blast chiller is to make things cool down very fast. Why? Okay, the good thing about putting in this fridge is also is because we don't have a lot of stuff in there. So there's no danger. The idea is that when you cool things down pretty fast, you go past the danger zone, which creates bacteria and everything. And that's why we intend to cook things very fast, cool things down pretty fast.
Okay, great. We've got a question here as well.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yes, my name is Tokumbo Iyamu, and my observation is that...
I'm sorry. Say that again.
My name is Tokumbo Iyamu, and my observation is that for those of us who are seated at the back, we don't have the privilege of tasting the salad.
I make sure the next dish comes to you. I make sure the next dish comes to you guys behind, okay? Absolutely. That's a very fair statement. Very fair. Very fair. Yeah, it's okay. We're good. We're good. Now let's move this to somewhere else, okay? Okay. And now the peanut dressing is ready. Like to try that?
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
Good
But
sweet.
you'll see when I put it with the sugar snap, which we're going to do in a minute. Let's move this in a container,
Very
please.
nice.
Okay? Yeah. Oh, my God. Okay.
Were there any other questions? Sorry, I got carried away with the food. Okay, there's someone at the back there.
Hello, Chef Raphael.
Hello.
My question is, a lot of people do have allergies to peanuts, and I've noticed that you've used quite a bit of peanuts in your recipes. What would be a good substitute for the pesto and for the peanut sauce that you're making for the pasta? And the second question is, do you have a documented recipe book for some of us who may want to tow your path? Thank you.
Say that again, the last question. I understand the first part, but the second part.
A recipe book.
Do I have a recipe book? I don't, unfortunately, because I really don't think I have that much to say when it comes to... But to go back to the first question, which is peanuts. Actually, you know, if you're allergic to nuts, one of the worst things you can eat is peanuts. It can kill you. Seriously, if you're allergic to nuts. However, am I able to do the pesto without the nuts? Yes, we can. When you do that, you have what you call, in the Mediterranean, we call it pesto. So it's not pesto anymore, it becomes pesto. Pesto is without any form of nuts. So you could do that, absolutely. And it tastes quite good as well. So in fact, most of the time, I use pesto instead of pesto, so everybody has an opportunity to eat the dish that, you know.
There's another question as well, just at the back here. And there's one at the front.
In a pan.
Hello, Chef.
Hi.
Yeah, nice work over there. Please, I think when we talk of simplicity, we should as well be talking of cost effective.
Say that again, sorry.
I think when we are talking of, when we talk of simplicity,
yeah,
we should as well talk of cost effective.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah, because it will be difficult for an average Nigerian man to put up something like this in his kitchen that will cost him up to 5,000 and above. Honestly.
Now you put me on the spot. Okay, I'll answer that question. What does it cost to get curry leaf? What does it cost to get curry leaf? Sorry? I got it for less, I'm sorry. What does it cost to get peanuts? 20 naira. Okay. What is it? Okay, the only thing you have here is Parmesan cheese. And use about 100 grams of Parmesan cheese. So to be honest, right, it's actually below. No? I believe everybody can afford it. No? Come on. Curry leaf? Next to nothing in the market. And the ingredients of the pesto we just did is mostly curry leaf. If you don't want to use cherry tomatoes, which are more expensive, you can use your normal tomatoes, but the only problem is that you're going to have to add more sugar to it. And that's not natural. And in order to make it more natural, I wanted to use cherry tomato because it's packed with more flavors. So you can actually do that. It's not a problem. And to be honest, everything we're doing today is not very expensive. Aubergine. Okay. Good. I have another one. Put in the what's called, okay? Next question.
Another question. There's one at the front here.
Now I've added a bit of the tomato mix I made earlier on into the aubergine.
Hello, Chef.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
In absence of the mellow vinegar that you talked about, we use for the corn salad.
Say that again, please.
In absence of the mellow vinegar that you use for the corn salad.
What?
The mellow vinegar, the vinegar you use for the corn salad, you said it's red wine.
Yeah? What's the second part? Okay, go on.
I said, in absence of that vinegar you used, can we use any other red wine?
Yes, you could. It all depends on what you like. You can use white wine vinegar, you can use apple vinegar, but remember that every vinegar has a bit of different stage of acidity. So you have to be very careful which one you use and make sure that you know it's no, where's the other sauce? The other. Warm it up as well, please. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. So now think about this dish. This is just pasta. I need another pan. I need another pan. Good. Okay. We're just about to serve the second dish together. Okay, we're going to do two different kinds of pasta now.
And we're going to make sure this dish goes to the
Nigeria
back.
pesto. So you see, the nice thing about cooking pasta, you need to remember is that when you cook pasta, you got to keep, first of all, you put very little salt because we use this to do the cooking later on. So what happens is it helps thicken up the sauce because it's got a lot of starch in it. So I'm going to take a little bit of that into a pan. Where's your pesto? Where's our pesto? Thank you. And the important thing when you're cooking is you got to taste. You have to keep tasting to make sure that you're heading in the right direction. For me, cooking is a journey. Each stage, sorry, 1 minute. Excellent. Whoa, sorry.
Do you have any questions at this point? Okay, do you want to take?
Hello, Chef.
Hello.
You're doing a wonderful job over there. Anyways, in the absence of that red wine.
I can't hear you, sorry.
In the absence of the red wine.
Yeah.
Someone like me, I don't take alcohol. What's the best thing to use for that salad?
Okay, the idea I know you've said red wine vinegar, but I can tell you that there's no alcohol in the red wine vinegar because of the way it's been processed. So ideally, if you're worried about alcohol, believe me, if you drink a whole bottle of red wine, you won't get drunk or anything like that. All you have is a sore stomach. So you do not need to worry about that. And if you're worried about using still, then just use any citrus like lemon juice or lime juice or something like that to replace in your dressing, and that's fine.
I think we've got another question at the front. There's someone who has hands up for the question, please. Someone has one. No? Okay, there's one at the back.
Hello. What led you to leave your previous career path, and what continues to inspire you as a chef?
Can you speak louder, please?
What led you to leave your previous career path, and what continues to inspire you as a chef?
Tempura insanity. No, seriously. I believe that, I'm very lucky in the sense that with every disappointment comes a greater blessing. I think I mentioned this in my last Masterclass that I never in my wildest dream thought I would be a chef. In fact, my testimony is the fact that, growing up in Nigeria, the idea of being a chef was was unheard of. I remember when I told my mom I was going to become a chef, and she prayed for me for 2 years, hoping that I'll change my ways. No joke, because I worked 2 years nonstop. I was 27, almost 28, starting all over again. I had no choice but to learn what people do in like 10 years. I had to learn it in less than 5 years. But I'm so glad and so lucky, I'm so blessed that I'm doing what I love the most. So, I don't know if that answers your question. Parmesan cheese.
Another question? There's someone at the front. Don't worry, I'll go to them.
Tasty saves, okay. And
Hi,
now we're going to go
Chef.
for the corn, yeah. Hello?
Somebody was actually asking, what's that black stuff in the pot there? Is that a wedu?
What? Sorry?
Can you say that again, louder, please?
Say that again?
And then somebody was actually asking me, so I said, let me ask on his behalf. What's that black stuff in the pot? Is it a wedu?
What pot?
What's the black stuff you put? Was it iwedu?
No, the
Black stuff.
black sauce.
The black sauce.
The
Yes.
black sauce. The green sauce.
Sorry, the green sauce.
The
sorry.
green sauce.
The green sauce.
Well,
He
this
said,
is a
is it a
pesto.
wedu?
This is like my own version of a Nigerian. This is a Niger. I call this a Nigerian pesto because we get a lot of peanuts. Curry leaf is from, well, I'm sure you get it all over Africa. So African pesto, I'll say. No problem. Okay, this is ready. Where's the? Got it. So, again, more curry leaf. And that's ready. We can give it to people to try.
So you mix the pasta with more curry leaf?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as to replace the basil.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them, so you can give to. Remember, make sure you take this to the back this time around as well. Okay. So that's 2 different pastas, okay? Yeah. Okay.
So we're dishing out the pasta now?
Yeah.
So you guys are going to get some pasta soon.
The next one will be Caesar salad with chicken.
Okay.
So most of the stuff for the Caesar salad is ready, but since this class is all about dressing, I've left the dressing last. So what we have here is egg yolk, sherry vinegar again. You can tell how much I love my vinegar.
More vinegar.
But you'll find that most dressing has vinegar in it. That's what the base of most dressing is. Garlic,
Okay.
anchovy, Parmesan. Do we have more Parmesan?
This one. Great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that one is off. Thank God. Yeah, thank you. Okay, bit of milk. A bit of milk. And oil.
Is that olive oil? Or what kind of?
Yes, this is veg oil. But what we've done is that the rind of the Parmesan actually infused it into the oil.
Okay.
Yeah. Where did I put the lid? The lid. Cover. Oh, did I put it over there?
No? The lids.
The lid for this.
Any questions? I can see the audience is getting quite lively. There's someone right at the back there.
Oh, is it? Oh, thank you very much.
2 ladies at the back, and then someone at the front as well. And 2 at the side. Okay, we're going to come round to all of you guys.
Hey, Chef. So I noticed you used Parmesan
Sorry?
cheese. I noticed you use Parmesan cheese. Can any other kind of cheese be used or just that one?
Unfortunately, this is a very classic dish. You could use cheddar cheese, but I like to use Parmesan cheese because that's what a classic Caesar salad dressing is about. How are we doing for time? Oh, good. I've got plenty of. Oh, good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Oh, plenty. Good. I'll be ready.
Do we have another question?
Hi, Chef.
Speak loudly, please.
Hi,
Loudly.
Chef.
Hello.
What?
1 minute, sorry. Please go ahead. Sorry. Yep, go on.
Have you ever had any bad experience as a chef? Then, who is your mentor? What inspired you to do more?
My mentor, wow, good question. I worked with a chef for 5 years named Pierre Kaufman. He's the same chef that trained people like Gordon Ramsay, Michael Pierre White, Jason Appleton. He's a chef of all chefs. And I always believe that that's where he's my mentor.
And have you ever had any bad experiences as a chef?
Plenty.
I'm sure.
Plenty.
Okay.
But you know what? You shake yourself
Get back
and you
up.
carry on.
Yeah.
Okay, the Caesar salad is ready.
Think
Caesar
there's
dressing
more-
is ready.
More questions at the back.
Julia? Want to try this?
It had egg
Hmm?
yolk in it.
You can, oh yeah, you're pregnant. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, no problem.
Okay, do we have a question?
Let's put this in the fridge.
Okay, speak loudly, please, so we can hear you
Hello,
clearly.
Chef.
Hello, oh. Hello, how are you?
Hello, Chef.
Hello.
Chef, why don't you like putting Maggi in your food or what?
I've been waiting for someone to ask me that question. I have been waiting for someone. I'm going to come close to you. What's your name? Sorry.
Kayla.
Hayla, you're so pretty. I like your hair. Is that a butterfly? Oh, okay. Why don't I like putting Maggi in my stew or my food? Unfortunately, many years ago, I started suffering from what you called MSG allergy. And what I find with Maggi is that it's got a lot of MSG in it. And in fact, to be honest, I love Nigerian cooking so much that I have spent the last 4 days eating stews and everything and all that stuff, but I suffer a lot from headaches, from pain and all that stuff, from bloating as well. And for that reason, that's why I don't put Maggi in my stew, because MSG is actually what we call the fifth taste, which is umami. And it's a cheap way to make your food taste good. So more and more, I try to educate people to buy fresh produce, the right produce, and therefore, you avoid having to actually use Maggi in your cooking. I know that I might get stoned by some people because everybody loves Maggi. I love Maggi very much as well, but lately Maggi does not love me. And that's why I don't use Maggi in my cooking. And to be honest, it's much healthier not to use it.
Thank you for the question.
Okay.
Do we have others? Okay, sure, go ahead.
Sorry, now I'm going to season the steak that we're going to use with because time is really going, so I need to speed up a little bit. But please ask questions.
Hello, Chef.
Hello.
Oh, we love what you're doing. But this question is a bit personal. What I'm trying to say is that what is your daily menu like? Do you actually sit down to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Or you take all your food from your kitchen?
I am not a very good example of that. I'll tell you what. I don't do breakfast. I mostly do lunch, and I don't know, when you get to my age, I find it difficult to digest my meal if I eat too late. So in the evenings, I might have something very light, like fruits or so. But what I try to do is have a very good meal in the afternoon. It's good to have breakfast. Actually, it's the most important meal of the day. But because of my schedule and how I work, I'm always on the go. So but what I try to do is have a glass of orange juice, you know, for good vitamin to start me off. And of course, when you're in the kitchen, you don't really feel like eating at all because you're forever tasting food. And so usually I only eat during the weekends or when I'm not working or when I'm on a holiday. Next question.
I was just going to say, before we go to the next question, can you take us through, because you're about to start another
Okay,
another
basically,
dish, right?
I'm going to cook some steak, and I'm going to start making the sauce for the steak.
Okay.
The sauce for the steak is, here we go. Some shallots, some ginger, some garlic in the pan. This is like a Japanese rice wine called sake. Actually, this is one of the first sauce I did when I was going to chef school. So when I said that this is my own version, it's something I came up with. So when I say I didn't learn it at chef school, it's just something I came up with. And then, you know, I always thought, it tastes good, but it was too simple. When I started cooking, I thought everything had to be complicated. If it wasn't complicated, it wasn't good enough, because then it means everybody can do it. But the more I mature as a chef, the more things became simple, and I appreciate what is simple. Most of the best meals I've had in my life are simple dishes. I've been to a lot of 3 stars, but sometimes I don't remember what I ate, but I remember what I ate when I went down the streets in Spain, and I had just a bruschetta, which is a toasted bread with tomato, aubergine, anchovies on it. Or when first time I went to Nobu and I had a new style sashimi, which is just thin sliced fish, nice and fresh, with olive oil, soy sauce, and sesame oil. So I like simple dish. And for me, the best dish is the one the chef has very little to do with. I don't know if I said this in my last class. It's about just getting great produce and putting them together. So just sealing the steak and I thought we forgot to switch on the oven. Questions?
Do we have another question, please?
Okay, while that is cooking, we'll finish the peanut dressing should be ready now.
Good afternoon, Chef.
Speak louder, please.
Good afternoon, Chef.
Hello, good afternoon.
How are you able to move into the culinary world after not having any experience, no connection?
Could you speak louder, please? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Without any connections already in the culinary world, how are you able to move into that from mechanical engineering? How easy was it for you, or how hard?
How was I able to? It's called effort. You know, I always say that you can do it. I believe that there's nothing you can do if you effort and application. You know, for example, if you were to go on your phone and you want a new software, what you do, you go to application, you download, and I believe that determination. I didn't know anybody in my business, and actually, the funny thing was that, I'll get back to this. The funny thing is, when I first started, I wanted to work. I wanted to get an internship in a hotel, the Savoy. And I wrote to them and they told me, I'm sorry, but we don't have any space for you. So, and you have not been to any chef school or anything like that. And I was quite disappointed. But with that disappointment became a greater blessing, because I went a different way. That didn't stop me. Instead, I went to chef school and I applied to restaurants, and I was lucky to find my chef, Pierre Coffin, who trained me. So if I had been that I got a job, an internship in the hotel, I might not be standing here today. So that's why. But it's the idea of never giving up. I met an amazing lady. I met a, oh, the name is,
You need to put the what's called which ones in there.
yeah. No, the hands are ready, I was saying, I met an amazing lady. Every time I come to Nigeria, I meet somebody amazing. I met a lady called Taiwo that owns Hands and Rainy ice cream. Have you ever tried Hands and Rainy, anybody? This is the honest truth. It's the best ice cream I've had. It's one of the best ice cream I've ever had. And I came to Nigeria to have this ice cream. Not even in London do we make good ice cream that good. But you know, I wanted to know a story, and I was quite moved by a story and what she has to do in order to make this ice cream taste the way it does. Filippo, who was here yesterday, even tasted the ice cream. I said, oh my God, this is like ice cream from Italy. But it's a determination that that she was able to actually deliver such amazing product. And this is Lagos, Nigeria, you know. It's amazing that you can find such an amazing ice cream. In fact, I'm quite happy that she doesn't have one in London, because I might be double sized by now. Because I think I've had about maybe, since I had about maybe about 12 scoops already of our ice creams. So it's all about determination. Nee, you have the whisk?
We have another question.
We're going one more time, 24 minutes. Okay, we gotta go. Okay, sorry, while we're doing this. Okay, now I'm just sealing the steak. It's almost, unfortunately, this steak, if you want to eat it, it's gonna have to be medium rare. I know that most people don't like to have like the meat well cooked and everything, but with this one, it needs to be eaten medium rare. If you don't eat it medium rare, then it doesn't taste the same. So maybe this is not for everybody. And you know, sometimes the thing we also do is that we overcook our meat over here, and we lose all the nutrients and everything.
Should we take the question?
Well done, Chef. Please, I know you are a Nigerian. Are you from Yoruba land?
Okay, you know what? You know, I don't like when people ask me that question. And I'll tell you why. If you ask a Ghanaian, where are you from? They say, I'm Ghanaian. When I came to Nigeria about 5 years after 30 years, whenever I ask people, what's your name? They'll say, oh, my name is this, I'm from Oyo State, from something, blah, 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 blah. I says, interesting. When people ask me where I said, I'm Nigerian. They says, what part of it? I'm Nigerian. That's all that matters, you know? We need to be one. It doesn't matter where you're from, you know, you need to be one, you know? And that's why I would say I'm Nigerian. If you ask me where was I was born in Lagos, so I guess I'm Lagosian. Okay, now we want to do the next dish. We're doing it's more of a kind of a barbecue. I don't know if I should call it sauce. I don't know what, I'll call it barbecue, or corn butter. A barbecue corn butter. So what I have here is soft butter with a lot of herbs in it. And into it, I'm going to add some cayenne pepper, espelette pepper, and some salt. Some chives. And I believe, I think that's maple syrup. Oh yeah, maple syrup. Good. So the maple syrup. I'm missing the soy sauce.
So that was butter, chives, salt, paprika, maple syrup.
Yeah, and also some zest. Yeah. Oh, that's my soy sauce then. Nee, can we have the corn in the oven, please? It's already in the oven? Good man. Yeah, please go out.
Do we have any questions at this point, guys? Okay. Where's the microphone? Can we... Questions?
You have the smoke oil there?
Microphone. Okay, come in.
Have you got the other butter? Okay, now.
Chef Raphael, well done.
We're good. Don't worry, forget it.
My question is, at the beginning of your cooking, you mentioned that we're
sorry,
going to have...
just 1 minute, sorry. And this is the herb butter we're going to use for the corn. Unfortunately, I had to barbecue the corn before class due to time. So that's it, okay? Okay, sorry, please go ahead.
Okay. Chef Raphael, you mentioned at the beginning of your cooking that we are going to have, if time permit, 9 of your cuisine.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of lost right now. I don't know how many we have right now.
Me too. Me too. I believe I still have a couple of dishes to do. Nee, this is going to be for the steak, okay? Me too, but I think we're going to make it. Sorry, go ahead.
Do we have another question?
So now I've actually reduced the... I've actually reduced the sake, the shallot, the ginger, the garlic, all coming together nicely. I've had my miso in there as well. And now, you know, usually I never have butter in my classes. So today he says, actually, you know, this is the first time I'm using butter. I says, yes, you know, it's time for a change. For one night only.
Okay, we'll go to the next question, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Raphael.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. My question is, if you are a chef and your wife is a cook,
yeah,
how would you reconcile differences?
Say that again?
On, if you are a chef and your wife is a cook, how would you reconcile differences on what to cook
if
for the
I'm
family?
a chef and my wife is a cook?
Yes. How would you reconcile differences on
Lucky children, I say.
Yes, for the children. Because some cook, they are very stubborn. They... new ideas is like...
I'm gonna add, just for a bit of sweetness, I'm going to put a bit of honey into the... Oh. Sorry, please continue.
Some cooks, they find it hard to learn new ideas. So how would you solve
You know,
that?
I get inspired every day. And not necessarily by produce or anything like that, but for everyone I see every day, you know. I don't need, it doesn't have to be food. It can be music, it can be a lot of stuff. So
Okay.
inspiration comes from everywhere.
Someone has also asked, just for a quick recap of the dressing you did for the Caesar salads. What was they missed the recipe and they're very eager to know what it was. So.
Okay, what I'll do is, please after class they can ask me. I need to get something going right now.
Cool. Any current questions about current? Okay, there's one there. Where's the microphone, please? Microphone, please, to this one. Thank you.
Nee, you ready for the next one? Let's go. Make sure you base it properly. The butter and everything, put it nicely, yeah? Where's it?
Chef Raphael.
Put the microphone.
No, what you do. It's cold. Blaze it properly, nicely, and put it in the oven. Okay, quickly. Come on, yeah? Come on. Yeah. You know what? Forget that. Just forget that. Forget that. Put it in the oven, make sure it's hot, and base it with butter, okay? And send it. Time is going.
Chef Raphael.
Yes?
I noticed that, and apparently it happens to all chefs, that when you...
Say that again?
I
Speak louder,
noticed something
please.
from your cooking, and then apparently it happens to most of chefs that I know, that when you pick a traditional menu or recipe, you tend to toss it around and add some things to it that you think may make it better. So
Say that again?
Now,
you get to toss it around?
yeah, or you add some things to it that makes it more better. Now, how do you get to tell the story to your client or to your guest?
About tossing the dish?
No. I mean, now this is what I said. I said, picking a traditional recipe, all right? Because I noticed that your Caesar dressing is not the traditional dressing that we usually have.
It is actually traditional. The Caesar salad dressing is traditional. But the it's tradition, but my own version of the dish. You know, like music. You know, everybody has a version of playing classical music or so.
So how do you get to tell the story to your guest or to your clients better, for them to understand why you have done that and why it is necessary?
You know, first of all, I like to create my own market, and I like to be unique. I think that's the good selling point of what I do, is that you know, the beauty of our cooking is that there's no one way. There's no set rules or something like that. I don't believe in rules anyway. For me, what I always say, if it tastes good, do it.
That works. If it tastes good, do it. Okay, any other questions at this point?
Come on.
Hi, Chef. Good afternoon. Please, I want to confirm, if you want to go more further on the recipe you'll be preparing, please, how can we do it? Is there any academy that is fixed for the...
What she say?
Can you repeat that, please?
I should come again.
Can you repeat, please, yeah?
Okay. Hi, Chef. Please, I want to know all the recipes you'll be preparing. If you want to go further, is there any academy fixed for the... As in, is there any school fixed for the recipe?
I think there's red chili. Is it red? Red. What's it called? It's called red chili. Rod. There's
you want to know
Academy.
if
There's quite a few schools, I believe, in Lagos right now. What's the name of the school? Huh? Red Dish Chronicles. You know, there are schools you could go to, I believe. I'm not well versed at that, unfortunately. But I hope that someday, one of the things I like to do in Lagos is actually open a cooking school. Someday, if I survive this.
Thank you for your question. Any other questions at this point?
You're fucking up. Just put the damn thing on top and go, okay? Fuck's sake. Okay? Okay, now.
Okay, no questions for now.
Let's go. And start with the steak next, okay?
Which dish are we on now?
We're just finishing up the corn.
Corn.
Oh, my Filippo. I need Filippo. Fucking hell.
Sorry. Okay, we have a question at the far left-hand side
Let's
here.
go with the corn. The corn is ready. Where's it? You have a... No. The steak is ready. These are Parmesan peppers that's going to go with the steak.
I was just wondering, like when you're doing so many things at once, do you
Yeah?
ever get confused?
I try not to. But yes, I can get confused. You know, sometimes it happens. But, you know, you just try to make the most of it.
And second of all, please, when you're sharing this steak, please can I start from this end?
Absolutely. Guys, you got it?
Thank you. On the second row.
On the second row, okay. Okay, Nee.
Hello, Chef.
Hello?
I wanted to ask, do you have a restaurant here in Nigeria?
Not yet.
Do you plan to come to Nigeria?
Someday.
Any other questions, please, guys?
Okay, that's on. Okay, next one. Sugar snap, yeah. We're just bringing everything together now. Now, this is a sugar snap. I'm going to serve it with the peanut dressing, which I made earlier. Actually, let me get a bigger bowl so I can do it all at once. Nee, do you have a big bowl? Do you have a big bowl? I'll do that. Just while you... no, Juliet. Let him finish the steak. You do this one, okay? Clean that for me. And you have the... Nee, put them straight in quickly. Let's put them straight in quickly, okay?
Do we have any questions at this point?
Just put them straight in. What are you doing? In here, quickly. Let's go. There's more cups. There's more cups? Really?
Okay.
Good evening, Chef Raphael.
These are cups.
My question is.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
My question is that I have been seeing you testing and testing. Is what you have been doing off and off? Can't you do without testing?
Don't trust a chef that does not taste. Where's the dressing, the peanut dressing? The peanut dressing. The peanut dressing, the peanut dressing. No.
Another question?
The peanut dressing. Peanut dressing. Next question.
Okay.
Do you have the gloves? Do you have the gloves? Actually, I'll do that over there.
Hello, Chef.
Hello, hi.
My name is Solomon. I watch the Food Network program.
Yeah.
I've seen Dove Goldman. And what's the other name again?
Sorry?
But I want to know from you.
I didn't hear what you said. You did what? You watched the Food Network in what?
Yes, the Food Network program.
Okay, 1 minute, sorry. Let me just stop you there for a minute. This is now the peanut dressing with a bit of mushroom. And remember the peanut dressing also, I put a bit of orange zest in it, just to give it a nice freshness. And this could make a very nice snack at home, you know. And once again, I'm tasting. Can we serve that too? Julia, can we serve this?
Okay. So, Chef.
I believe I have about just one more dish to go. How many dishes have I done so far? Anybody counting? No? Sorry? Okay, let's count. Caesar salad. Corn salad. Pasta, 2 ways. Steak is coming. Mushroom is coming. Corn should be ready. Whoa, watch yourself. Okay.
So can I have your attention, please?
Whoa. Under pressure.
It's under pressure.
Okay, now I need to make the batter for the broccoli. Got 7 minutes. 2 dishes, 7 minutes.
What are the 2 remaining dishes?
What?
What are the 2 remaining?
1 dessert and 1 broccoli. But everything is almost ready.
So it's a race against the clock at
What?
this point. A race against the clock.
Yeah, don't worry,
6
we'll get there.
So we're good.
I'm just making my batter right now, which is tempura flour, egg in it, and sparkling water. I must say, this is the most quiet class I've ever had. Usually I get a lot of questions.
There are still more questions if you're happy to take.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me go back to this gentleman over here.
Okay, Nii.
I
Send
can
the
understand
con, send the con.
the
Let's
pressure
not
you are
each-
going through because it appears as if your dish is to be shopped. But I want to know what time do you feature in the Food Network program?
You know what? In life, you must know what you're good at. I'm better off in the kitchen. And that's where I stay. So, I really don't do TV. I don't know if that answers your question. Did that answer the question? Okay, good. Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll go here.
Good
Move
afternoon,
all this
Chef.
away.
I just want to know how you did the sugar snack.
Sorry?
The sugar snack.
Oh, the sugar snap, okay, it's very good. Good question. I'm sorry I didn't cover that earlier on. Basically, what I did was I blanched it just for about like 10 seconds in hot boiling water. Because I don't want to overcook it because I lose all the nutrients it has. And it's actually nice to eat it quite raw. But in order for me to make it more radiant, I had to actually blanch it for 10 seconds. So now I'm just cutting the broccoli with a bit of flour. I'm going to throw it into the batter mix, and then we fry it off. You have the paper and everything ready for that, Nee?
So I think we want to hear some comments now from people who have tasted some of the food. So just to hear feedback would be great.
That it's okay. It's juicy, and normally I see them after making steak, they allow it to rest. But I don't know if he did that. But still, it was moist and juicy. It's okay.
I did rest it.
Okay.
Actually, for almost 15 minutes.
Sorry, just a reminder. I thought you said you were going to make crepes. I was looking forward to your.
Oh,
next
don't worry.
crepes.
Don't worry. It's coming.
Okay, thank you.
3 minutes. Nee, I'll let you finish this. You know what to do, right? Okay, crepe. This is one I made earlier. The most important stuff, it was the sauce. And the sauce is ready. Go on. 3 minutes. You got a board there for me? A board. A board.
Any other feedback? Comments on the food tasted? Okay, so we're on to the final dish now, which is the crepe.
Now, this is a crepe with yogurt and the cherry sauce. Two minutes. Whoa.
Any comments on food tasted? We'd like to hear. Any thoughts from anybody? Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, Chef Raphael. It's it's been absolutely wonderful being here today, and I have to say that I'm fighting for the food in the front row here. Everything that comes, we make sure that we get it.
Okay, now I feel the front row. You know what?
Yeah.
You save the best for last, dessert.
So we're just kind of like pleading with everyone that please they shouldn't.
Okay.
I'm pleading on the behalf of the front row that they should please not forget us. But absolutely delicious, really, really, really tasty.
Thank you.
Simply tasty. Thank you so much.
That's the idea. It's something that you can do at home.
Hi, Chef Raphael.
Hello.
I'm one of your biggest fans. Your story greatly inspires me. The very first GT Masterclass I attended was taken by you, and your story and all really inspired me. And I must commend GT for this platform because it's making some of us it's actually making some of us rediscover ourselves. Now I'm so interested in growing my culinary skill. Now my question is, what do you substitute your Maggi with?
Say it again.
What do you substitute Maggi with? You said you don't use Maggi, so
Good
what
produce,
do you
good
substitute
produce,
with
good produce.
it? What kind of food produce?
Whatever you use, better tomatoes, better onions, and you know we have one of the best onions in Nigeria. Probably the best onions I've ever tasted.
Okay.
You know?
Then the pasta was really tasty and spicy. So I'm wondering, you know, without Maggi, you can achieve that.
Sorry?
That's really nice. I said the pasta was really spicy and tasty.
Yeah?
And without Maggi, you could achieve that. Well done.
Thank you very much. Okay, what's the time? Oh, time up. Okay, I'm done. Ready. I'm ready. Thank you.
Chef?
I've got another 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk. I want to say thank you very much for having me. It's always a pleasure to come to Nigeria. I'm always inspired every time I come to town. And more, I feel more at home. I want to say thank you very much to GTB for always hosting me and always believing in me, for the support they give us. And you know, I want to say something. Life is about exposure. And I'm glad that GTB is doing all this stuff to bring all those people, international chefs, you know, food writers, stylists, to town. Because I believe that in Nigeria we could do better. We are better. You know, I'm always taking back the amount of energy that we have and what we do to make it true. Why don't you have the cups? No more cups? Are you sure? Hold on. You have lids. You have lids. Ooh. No, what are you doing? No. Just cut it. Can I get a knife, please? Lids. No more. No more cups? Oh my God. Okay. It's dirty. Can you wipe? Can you put it in place? Okay, use the lid this way. Not okay yet. Okay. Where's the knife? Give me a knife.
Should we hear from some tasters? Anybody wants to give a review?
It's hard.
Comments on the food anywhere?
Oh, this empty. Give it empty. This empty. Empty.
Or questions? I think everyone's too busy.
Give that to. Give that to.
Hi everyone. Personally, I want to commend you for your speed. Can we give a round of applause, please? I love the simplicity of the whole process. Like the average Joe could actually go through it and understand how to come about, you know, the recipes you made, and how you actually use indigenous African seeds and herbs and spice, and that is actually quite beautiful. The process was quite clear. You didn't make it complicated, so I actually commend you again, once again. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you very much. I wish I had more time to take you through everything, but to be honest, I was very nervous because today, Luckily, I have Nee with me and I have Julia with me. But you know, Filippo has been with me through thick and thin. He knows my movement. He knows what I want, what I need, and everything. And so I had to play it more safe today. I tried to play it more safe today. But to be honest, I want to say thank you very much to Nee. And honestly, I'll tell you what, Nee has been traveling for the last 2 days to get here. He left London. When did you leave London? Monday morning. And only got here last night. And was able to wake up at 7 o'clock this morning to help me with the masterclass. So Nee, and Nee is someone I met actually in my very first GTB. Oh, sorry. No, hug. And Julia. Thank you. Okay, I want to tell the story about this too. I met Nee on my first GTBank fair. He was making, what do you call it, southern fried chicken? And now we work together, you know? And you know, I see myself in Nee. You know, in a very short time, it's come a very long way with lots of maturity. Juliet, I was actually one of the girls from the Culinary Academy, and about a year ago, I took her to Dubai and now works at La Petite Maison Dubai. Thank you. And honestly, she's flying as well. And more, I hope that, you know, there'll be more candidates to actually train as well. Sorry, we need to, I know the time is almost, 5 minutes. Any more questions? I'll fry some more broccoli. Let's do some of this, more of this.
Questions?
Any questions? I must say, this is the hardest class I've ever done.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm here. You said there are more candidates for culinary training. Yeah, I'm interested in one.
Okay. Are you currently at school, or what do you do right now?
Yeah, yes, sir. I've graduated from school.
What did you do? What did you study?
I studied botany, plant science.
Sorry?
Botany, plant science.
Okay. And you want to go into cooking?
Yes, sir.
So the first step is go to school again, like I did, like Nee did, like Julia did, and study at least for a year in the kitchen and at school. Then I'm more than happy to talk to you after that.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah, yes, sir. The problem is not studying in a school. There are lots of culinary schools in Nigeria. I've tried applying, but most of the fee is just out of my financial budget.
Say it again.
The problem is not studying.
Yeah.
I'm free for studying, but the issue is that most of the culinary schools in Nigeria, their fees are high, and I don't have the financial capacity to afford it.
There's always a way.
Okay. Can I get
you
away,
know,
sir?
I tell you what. Have you heard the story about Joseph and the lottery ticket? Every day he says, God, why don't you let me win the lottery? And one day God said to him, buy a ticket first.
Okay.
You have to find your way. When you find your way, your effort shows that you're serious. You know? Juliet went through a hard time. The reason why I took Juliet was because she had a hard time. So you found a way through culinary school. You know? She wasn't well treated at home. She wasn't, you know? But she made it. And if she can do it, you got to give me something. I need something. And if you give me something, then you know.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. And I hope it's been worth it. Thank you very much. Thank you, GTP. Thank you so much.
So how did you find the masterclass?
Well, I must say, though, that it was fun.
Yeah.
But nerve-wracking and a bit tough not to have Filippo with me this year.
Oh,
but, you know, Nee and Julia did a good job.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and Nee go back like babies and pacifiers, so it's good to see him doing his thing up on
Awesome
the
guy,
stage.
awesome guy.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's the future there. That's the
He is.
future.
Aw. Okay, so 9 dishes did we make?
I think we
an
probably
hour?
did, an hour, 20 minutes.
Is that a record?
Is that a record? I would say kind of yes, because
Okay.
it was like, I didn't have Filippo, so I would say that was a bit. The very first class we had, we did 9 dishes. But
Okay.
to be honest, it wasn't so much about the dish this year, it was more about the dressing. And how easy you can make things in. For example, we did the peanut dressing. You could just get peanut butter and, do something with that and
Yeah.
still the same thing. Yeah, absolutely.
So I spend a lot of money in Lagos looking for Caesar salads. Caesar salads are really expensive around
Yeah.
here, and it's because of the dressing. Who
Yeah.
knew you could make it so easily at home?
Very much so.
So what's the secret to making a good dressing? Like,
Good produce
okay.
and
like-
balance.
Okay, so something that hasn't been in the fridge for a really long time.
Yes, absolutely. It's got to be fresh as well, But then having said that, we use anchovy, which has been in the can for, quite a while. So it's just about the flavor and the balance of everything.
Where are you going to find anchovies in Lagos? We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the French Mediterranean cuisine that is in your restaurants. Congratulations on all those restaurants.
Thank you
by the
very
way.
much.
Okay, so why French Mediterranean cuisine?
Good question.
Apart from the
Because,
fact that it's really yummy.
when I decided I wanted to be a chef, what was out there mostly was French restaurant. They were the ones with the 3-star restaurant, the Michelin star and everything. And I think the French restaurant was more popular and more out there than you had other cuisines.
Okay.
And also the method as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say? What would you say is the most popular type of food in this era? French Mediterranean
I think
back in the 90s.
no,
now?
I would say Italian. Italian and
Italian.
Japanese.
Okay. Okay.
Japanese cuisine.
All right. So with all your yummy food, we're waiting for you to come back to Lagos and open something up. Should we be expecting you soon?
Well, I think this is going to be a labor of love because there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of structure to put in place and everything. But I hope that someday I'll do that. Looking forward to it. Absolutely. It's my dream.